And this is just a short story. There's so much more detail and that goes into it. Try to keep it PG here. Any cute little guy? Focus! Thank you. Any cute little guy? I think of Goku when I think of this little guy. Young, but excellent. You go down right there. What's up, cats? I'm Jazzcat, aka EJ. Today we're picking up episode 8, I do believe, of our Pokemon Y Randomized Nuzlocke series here in the Jazzcat channel. Nothing's different with the team. They're still all right here. I'm probably just gonna check it for my sake. Because now I'm recording April 4th. And, bro, so much happens, like, I don't even have the time to rant and talk about it, right? But before we get into that, the last episode, we did successfully get a gym badge. I did make sure to nickname our Magikarp Carps, even though it won't be a Gyarados, but we can still know what it was originally. So there you go, okay, Mr. PC. Oh, too bad it's not legal. If only someone listened. It's fine. There's this thing called a name raider. Boom. It's legal now. You happy? Okay. You know what? Let's. Yeah. I'll put it on the team. Layout change. It gets the XP. It evolves. What does it evolve into? Does it evolve on Yveltal Threat our team? I don't care. I mean, I care. But you know what? The chances of that happening are 1 to 721. I don't think it's going to happen. Okay? I think we have just as good odds of it being a Gyarados. Okay? Alright. So we've got some stuff to go over. Hold on. Just 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, who remembers that dance? Who remembers that? Who was there? Oh. Welcome. If you'd like to check the items at the back of the shop. Okay, I will. 2,900. Are you crazy? I'm gonna get this hat. Okay. What do you got for shirts? Pyro short sleeve shirt. And then you got that shirt. Give me the Pyro shirt. I don't have enough money. Alright. Well, I guess we're just going to be changing the hat. Yes, I will take my time. Thank you. Okay. Put this on. And then, let's take the glasses off. Boom. Could we be any more blue and white? Couldn't tell ya. I would love to check out the other items, but I don't have the money. Please come again. Alright, thank you. Goodbye. Okay. So, here's the thing. I've already went into like a big ranting VC with Soda yesterday, and then I was also talking with the good old boy, old pal friend, Jeremy, as well. Soda was being nice and like listening to me, but then he was also like, oh, but Special was spitting facts, because Special went from getting the Switch to then saying no, all these other things. For example, that brings us to our news broadcast for today. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up word for word so I don't miss. Oh, son of a! I just joined a VC by accident, and one was in there, so it was okay. They're in a different one. Yeah, that's right. I get. Yeah, let's freaking go. I knew Ultra and Gokhan had my back. Okay. Okay. So, where is it that he said? Okay. So King Ultra and I were talking back and forth. I'm gonna put this over here, so I can still see what's going on. King Ultra's talking about, you know, the price of digital and physical. That's a whole nother story we're not gonna get into. Okay, we might get into. And so I said, you save $30 if you get the digital Mario Kart with the bundle, and it saves you $30. And Special goes, oh, wow, 30, wow. And I'm like, is he being sarcastic with me? I got a Murkrow. Okay, this thing can evolve. And so I give him the little emote reaction that goes like this. Alright? And then I was also in the middle of playing My Hero Ultra Rumble. So he was worried like I was gonna like start getting on his fence about talking. So he goes, all I'm saying is I had to backtrack my thinking and the way I see the Nintendo stuff revealed, and I'm not buying it until way later. Okay, at least he's saying way later. It's not like he's saying not at all, right? And he goes, let me explain before I get flamed. 1, overpricing games. The fact that 2 versions of the same game are at different price points is luxurious and outright scummy. If the games are the quote-unquote next generation of games, they need to prove it because we all know every single company keeps selling these games at 70 already and they're barely out of the beta stage. Okay, so when you're referring to the games out of the beta stage, he's probably talking about games like Cyberpunk, Call of Duty, stuff like that. Games that I don't play. Now, yes, you could argue there were games like this, right? Or even games like this that were in their beta stage, right? Yes and no. What was wrong with this? To my knowledge, it was the full decks, hashtag bring back the full national decks, right? And the trees. Story's another thing. That's not related to like the context of the game. The story is a totally different category. So one could say this was a good game, right? What was wrong with this? The lagging. Falling through textures, things that broke the game and that the Switch couldn't handle. There's also been history that have been done on these games in the sense of they look great and they run great on the computer, but when the devs have to push it down to make it work on the Switch, it turns to cuckoo caca, right? Why have we caught in the stinking bird yet? It's just a bird. But games that are more meant for PC games, if you would try to run on the Switch, they usually crash. Like if you tried to play Fortnite, like I'll never forget, freaking Ozzy was playing Fortnite, and he said he tried to shoot somebody with a gun and the game crashed. Even when I tried to watch freaking YouTube the other day, when my computer was still in the shop, and so I didn't have a computer, and so I was watching on my Switch, tapped it up to my monitor, because I still have that, nothing's wrong with my monitor. It crashed, trying to watch YouTube, and I'm like, are you serious? I need the freaking Switch too, this is ridiculous. So we can't, in my opinion, we can't fully blame everything on the games if the console itself isn't that good, which is why I don't have a problem with the console being $450, because I was expecting to be $400. Okay, whoop-de-doo, $50 more, okay? Let's go on to what else is Special saying. He says, secondly, the physical games you technically don't own. The reason I say this is because you have to scan a code so that your Switch 2 downloads the games off the store in order to play the game, and then you can insert the cartridge. So technically you don't own the game at all. It's confusing, scummy, and outright stupid. Okay. I'll be honest, I still don't fully understand that part myself. However, even if it means we have to move to digital, because back in the day I would say, and I still prefer to have the physical copies of the games, right? We are moving in a new generation. You know, how many times have I been a cashier and I say, oh, you want the something? You have to do it with the app on your phone. You have to do the something with your phone. You have to do something with your phone. When people make purchases, we've gone from paying with cash to now paying with credit cards to now so many people just use their phone to tap it. I don't like that, but that's the generation we're moving into. Same applies with video games. When you buy games off of Steam or Epic, are you getting a physical box thing? No, it's downloaded onto your account with your computer. It's the same thing. What are we naming Murkrow? Call him Stupid. It's so stupid that I have to talk about this. Okay? Then he says, so just get the physical thing. Or not the physical thing, get the digital thing, right? And if you still want the physical thing, then that extra $10 goes to the little box, little stuff, whatever, you know? 3, the SD card has to be a specific SD card. If it's not working at all, then you can't get the extra storage. Okay, I understand that. That is a little bit annoying. But they also said they give you more in the base foundation than the original one had, okay? 4. They are setting the standard of the video game industry by increasing the price of games. Watch as we slowly go into more games releasing how much. I bet you compare other companies are going to start changing almost $100 for a base game that gives you more than less than 30 hours of content when games that costed 40 back in the day have same not more, but it's bug glitches and motion retail value. Also add to Nintendo lowers their IPs on their price. Odyssey is still $60. Okay, Odyssey is still a freaking good game, so that's why. Alright? Now, my thing, right, on that last point that I just forgot what I read. Okay, game industry raising their prices. According to Jeremy, then when I was talking to him about this, Nintendo is not the first to do this. Okay, PlayStation has already been like increasing their prices and things and stuff like that. There was something else that Jeremy was saying, because like I was ready to go on a big rant with him. He's on my side, okay? Because it seems like everybody else is against me, and they're all saying Switch is way too expensive. Bro, if it's too expensive, don't get it, okay? Period. Why you gotta rain on my parade if I want to get it and I want to be hype? And I've been literally been asking for a Switch 2 for like at least 2 years, okay? The things, when people are asking for, they want 4K, they want this, they want this, they want that, they want that, it's gonna naturally increase the price. The Switch itself was already $300, so of course the system is gonna go up. Wow, I could have cynical. Okay? According to Austin, there's so many things on my mind, I don't know which one to focus on. It's not like I have a script to go off of here, okay? You've got Austin John saying apparently when the 3DS came out, it was too high. People said they didn't like it. So then they actually lowered the price. There you go. There's a chance of it, you don't having to pay said price for whatever, you know, as you as the consumer, you can speak that to them. Okay? The Blue Note. My brain's gone for loss of words now. Yeah, I can't remember everything Jeremy said, because he said a lot. Like, I wish I was recording it, and it was could have uploaded, because he easily spoke for 30 minutes on, like, why everything he was saying just made sense. But aside from that, if I go to my argument, because I know what I'm saying, okay? It doesn't make sense for me, for these people, especially in the Legends community, how these guys suck off Dragon Ball Legends because you love Dragon Ball, right? I've said this a gajillion times. I'm really considering just quitting the game. I hardly play PvP. All I'm doing is I log in to get points for the guild, and then I log out. Okay? I'm playing less and less of the game. They've ruined the meta. Even the devs have admitted it. They made a huge newsletter saying that, like, you know, all it is now is one person gets the advantage, and they can keep going and going and going and going and going. And there's nothing that the opponent can do but just sit there or forfeit until they lose. Let's go right. There are these things called a bundle, a monthly bundle that you can get. Oh, I thought this was the freaking dinosaur. Do we have a ground type? No, we don't. Just Razor Shell. And so, these monthly bundle packs you get. How much do you think it costs? Go on, guess. $120. Okay? $120 is more than what the Switch game is costing. Alright? These guys will buy that in an instant to try to get the new toy, the new unit that's come out in Legends, that they'll either get or they won't get. And then even still, if they pull it, most likely, most of the units, unless you're freaking Boo Saga, but even still, those are kind of starting to go down, the unit will get power crept 2 weeks to 4 weeks later. And then that $120, gone. Useless. There's no replay value in it. Whereas if you get freaking a game like Mario Kart, I was literally playing this a few weeks ago. I will take a Salamence. Let's go. I love Gen 3. I still play this game to this day. And I can guarantee your mother's monkey that I would do the same for Mario Kart Tour. World, whatever it's called. I'm making the same mistake Austin John did because I fell into his bit. Alright, we got a Carps with Splash and Tackle. Alright. Imagine if it had the hidden ability. Look how it still gets Intimidate, though. Okay, let's go heal because we got Paralysis. So, that's why, to me, even for the price of the game, it doesn't bother me. Now, there's a whole nother case of monkey barrels that we haven't even gotten into because I woke up today and I saw a video from Austin John saying now because of what's going on with the whole presidential thing and the tariffs that the price of the Switch could increase by like 46% for Americans, which would mean we're spending about between $500 to $600 now for the Switch. Okay, nothing I can do about it, mate. If anything, I still might wait just a little bit. I won't buy my Switch on launch day in the summer. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. But I will still get a Nintendo Switch too. Because it goes to another set of problems of what's going on with me, right? Nothing physically, but financially, I guess you could say, right? I have a freaking master's in music, okay? And I've been doing retail for about 10 to 11 years, and I want to get a music teaching job. 1, it's what I enjoy doing. 2, I have the talent for it. 3, I'd be making way more. Just to give you a ballpark, if you work a standard retail job, you make about 12 to 15K a year, right? If you work a music teaching job for middle school, high school, you make about at least 80K a year. And if you worked a college teaching job, the price only goes up. Now, why do I bring up the college teaching job? Well, I didn't go for an education major, even though I wanted to. I went towards performance because that's what a lot of people told me I should have gone to because I'm a good performer. As you guys know if you've seen any of the Electric Jazzcat live streams, right? I can hear something and I can start picking up and playing it right there on the spot. What I've been trying to do then is get a teaching license, which is why I moved to Texas, because I've been told that you can teach while working on getting your license, because to get the license that can take 12 to 18 months, okay? Then one of my roommates was like, why don't you teach at a college? And I'm like, well, from what I've been told, to teach at a college, you need a doctorate. You can if you have a master's, but that would mean you're an adjunct professor, right? And then my friend was like, no, look, I'll ask, ChatGPT or whatever. And it says, yeah, you need a teaching license, kindergarten through 12th grade, here in Texas. But here in Texas still, all you need is a master's, and boom, you're good to go. And I'm like, really? So he gave me one school to contact. Unfortunately, their main focus is mariachi, and my main focus is jazz, right? But I'm sorry, I'm not reading story. Usually I read this. However, he said there are also other schools that are looking to go into whatever and things like that. So money for me is kind of tight right now, right? And I'm still going to be working on this teaching license. I'll still see what I can get. If I could become a teacher one way or another, whether the Switch costs $450 or $600, at the end of the day, wow, that's a dial guy. At the end of the day, it won't matter to me. Because the only thing that I really need money for right now, aside from living, is just paying back my parents from lending me some money. And when I say some, I mean a lot. That's a whole nother story. But I don't need a lot to be content with in my home of living, whatever you want to call it, right? The things that I like is having good Wi-Fi, a good PC, setup, whatever, and that's basically it, okay? I don't need a flat screen TV. I don't need a big house. I don't need a fancy car. As long as it gets me from A to B, I'm content with that, right? Now, if I somehow get a family, that's a whole nother thing to cross once we get there. But even still, I've yet to find a girl, so I'm not too concerned about that part yet. Pharaoh. I could stay in. I know Ocelot's like always getting all the screen time, but it's like I have other mons that could be good, but they're not high enough level yet. But so let me know in the comment section down below, how do you feel about the Nintendo Switch 2? Are you getting it? Are you still feel like you're gonna getting it after this news about the whole there might be an inflation with the price and stuff like that? Wow, Yuxi. I'm just looking at the time and I've realized I've ranted on so long that we're about at episode time. So I'm just gonna try to get to the next part of the town. Can't you see you adults are busy? Don't interrupt this kid. If possible, I would like to bulk record and then try to get this on a little episodes to go, because I don't have anything up in bulk. And I would like to also do some more learning for my teaching license today as well. Oh, so then to make matters worse, after I finally just moved in and stuff, my roommates have been sneezing and whatnot. Genesect? I don't have a fire type move on Ray. Just saying. We think it's because there's mold in the vents. I don't really have any in my vents, so I'm good. And we had the landlords or whatever come over to check it out, and they checked it out. They just kind of went, that looks okay. But didn't actually like go up there and look. And so then once again, using like ChatGPT, you know, hey, can I send you a picture and have you look at it, whatever? And the internet analyzes it and it says, yeah, that's mold. So it's like, what the frick, man? I need you to be, what's going on? Who we kissing? And so they're like, it's so bad that then they're waking up in their sleep, they're sweating or whatever, it's like making them sick, and they really think it's happening here because when they went on verification for a bit and then came back, they felt fine again. So the problem is they don't have any other units in this area that we could move into. And even still, if that means we're moving out, bro, it was such a process to move in and then where we're going. And then my roommate's like, oh, well, it would be a good thing because, you know, you have a better place. And I'm like, yeah, that's going to cost more money that I don't have at the moment because I haven't secured a proper job. And yes, I'm working with Target, but this specific Target that I'm at, they don't give you as many hours as you would like, which I understand. They said, you know, when I was going to transfer to be like 20 to 25. But they said if you wanted to learn fulfillment, you could get more. You could work 40 hours. And I'm like, okay, great. And I've yet to actually talk to the proper lady who's in charge of that, you know, department. But somebody else who's been already working there for 8 months asked if he could do that, and she was like, no. And I'm like, that's not a good sign. Quick attack? Blaziken learns quick attack? Ain't no way. We don't need that. You're already fast enough on your own. Excadrill. I got nothing. I'll stay in. So I'm like, I guess you could say I'm stressed with a lot of stuff that's going on. And this is just me and my way of venting, ranting right now to talk about it as well as get a video out because I really do enjoy YouTube. And I'm like having a little voice in the back of my head saying, well, you're just not going to have time for this. But I'm like, but I don't want to. I want to do this. I want to make videos. And it's like, you had all those other times when EJ would say, no, this is it. I got to quit. It's time to go. And then I'd come back. And now I really don't want to go. And it's like, am I supposed to go? I don't know. Bright side, 2 weeks from now, because Soto was asking me about, you know, his YouTube anniversary, and he's trying to get some of the pals together to do stuff. I'm scheduled for 38 hours, but they have me for the service desk. We'll see how that goes, because 60 to 40, you know, 60% people speak English, 40% speak Spanish. So but, you know, we'll just take one day at a time. Genesis Town, I almost said genocide, is a town of stones. So there's that. I also got screwed over with Target. Not that I'm complaining, but they had me scheduled for some shifts for drive up, and I wanted to rant about it so bad, but I didn't have my computer at the time, so I tweeted about it, and I told it in some people's Discord servers, giving them a basic idea. Essentially what happened was I was the only person scheduled for drive up, literally the only one, and I'm trying to work my butt off to maintain this timer, because you're timed 3 minutes. You have to prep the items, take it outside, give it to the customer. And then you could be ready, you've got your thing and all ready to go and stuff, but if they don't have the code to give you and the clock is still ticking, then it makes my score worse. But they don't know that, you know? And to make matters worse, I'm working my butt off as one person going back and forth trying to get these orders. I could be going out with an order of like 5 orders and then somebody else shows up, doesn't do the thing that says they're on their way, they're just boom, they're here and the timer starts. And it's like, thank you. Someone says to me, earlier that day, the HR said, EJ needs to do his training. And the service desk person was like, it's okay if he goes, I'll listen for, you know, orders and stuff. And she's like, oh, it's okay? All right, well, just make sure he does it at some point. Skip ahead 6 hours later, And a different coworker who has been covering our breaks, she was like, oh, you're supposed to go do training. And I was like, okay. So I go to do training, which is where? In the training room where we have computers. I'm back there working on my training, and the other coworker who was at the service desk, who said she would listen for stuff if I went, she was like, EJ, who's doing drive up? And I'm like, the person who covers our breaks? And then she was like, well, she's covering my break, and there's like 15 orders in there that are overdue past 10 minutes. And I'm like, you're joking. I'm like, who's doing it? Apparently, the person who told me to go to training wanted me to do it on my device. Out of all my time working on a Target since 2023, we have never done training on the device. You can check if you have training, but when I've been told to go do training, we've told to go do it in the back on the computer. And when I talked to coworkers about this the other day, they said, yeah, that's where we all do it too, is on the computer. We never do it on the device. Unless there's like one specific person here or there, but otherwise they should specify that. So then what happens towards the end of my shift, they say, hey EJ, can you come to the office so we can talk? And I'm like, I already know what this is about. Hear this, Peepsqueak. Team Flare is going to use the stones on Route 10 and a fantastic treasure to make everyone on our team happy. In this world, the ones who have power are the ones who win with flair. Where's Serena? There she is. EJ, was someone from Team Flare here just now? Yeah. He was here, but he isn't anymore, is he? And the only thing past here is a dead end. There's something very weird about Team Flare. I don't believe you, Serena. Bunch of rocks? I don't buy it. Move this rock. So she brings me back, and she's like, so what's going on with your score? You know, we need to be fast about taking these orders out. Lady. I was literally running, prepping, but I'm one person. And on top of that, there was a miscommunication. This is where I actually started talking. There was a miscommunication. I was told to go do training, so I came back here to do training, and I thought she was doing it, but she wasn't. And she goes, oh, okay, yeah. Just make sure we're watching for stuff. Ever since that day, I've yet to be scheduled for drive up again. Because my score is low. Because they're just looking at numbers, and I get screwed over by being the only person scheduled there. But now moving forward, if you look at anybody with drive up, there's like 5 to 6 people, and they go out in groups of 2s. And this is just a short story. There's so much more detail and that goes into it. Try to keep it PG here. I don't remember her voice. Look, hi, what are you doing? Hey, you're that trainer from Route 5. Oh! I'm not exactly sure, but I think Lucario said it wants to battle at you. Would you battle with us? So I have 2 Lucario, but you know which one is the one that's taking a shine to you. A Wooper? It's a would you say a Kanto or a Johto Wooper? Because it's definitely not a Paldean Wooper. You know, okay, dead. What you got next? And a Fracture. Bring it on. Breaking the mold, dude. Can you come to my apartment and take care of the mold? Because I need you to take it out. Oh, my days. Easy. Okay, now I get it. I see why Lucario likes you so much. So, do you remember that I'm the gym leader in Shellar City? Once you get past the cave just beyond here, you'll be able to stop by and say hello. That is the slowest skate riding Shadow Hedgehog wannabe I've yet to see. But, either way, that's going to do it for today's video. If you cats have enjoyed, let me know that you have enjoyed. Make sure to do something, hitting that like down below, subscribe, and share with your friends. And once again, as a recap, let me know your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch too. I already know PC's probably not getting it because he didn't get the original Switch. So, I could see that as a thing. Yeah, I got you, PC, before. Yeah, go ahead and delete that comment. Yeah. But, I'm definitely getting the Switch 2 at one point, one way or another. Only time will tell. That's the thing I've learned a lot. Coming here to Texas is be very patient and wait with a lot of things. Put your PC in. Gotta wait. When are we getting this music job? Gotta wait. When are you getting a girlfriend? Gotta wait. When am I getting the Nintendo Switch 2? Gotta wait. These are all things that are gonna happen. I just gotta wait. Patience. And on that note, I'll see you on the next one. I know it's my destiny.